Being a rapper is the most dangerous job in the world, according to some people. And I recently saw an article that Fabulous said being a rapper is the most dangerous job in the world. What do you think? And I'm going to tell you what I think. What up? You got Cinco Smith at CincoSmith.com, WealthyRapper.com. And if you haven't already, visit WealthyRapper.com, get your free case study where you get access to basically a free case study that I did and talking about how you can become a wealthy rapper, how to create multiple streams of income as an artist, even if you never get famous, even if you never get a record deal, because I want you to have ownership in the music culture itself, not just be striving to get a record deal or get famous and you miss out on opportunities along that journey. That said, rapping is the most dangerous job in the world. Well, it all boils down to you and how you go about it. Because you got to understand a couple of things. And I don't want this video to be long, but you got to understand a couple of things as it relates to rap. Sometimes people can be a product of their environment, meaning that you can be in a particular environment, and if you become a product of that environment and adopt the ways of that environment, how you act based on your environment can be beneficial or detrimental. That said, how are you acting based on the culture of rap? So it's a lot of people who are doing music in different ways. And rest in love, I don't usually like to say rest in love or rest in peace, because if a person passes away, I want their spirit to be free. So you ain't necessarily got to rest, but may your spirit be free. But rest in love, and may your spirit be free to all of the artists and rappers who have been killed, period. But in 2020, definitely may your spirit be free. Because there are some things that have been tragic in terms of losing people. And this is what you have to understand. You see how they say you can speak things into existence, and the energy and things that you put out is law of reciprocity attached to it. So if you say certain things, then it's a good chance that it can come back to you. If you do harm to someone else, in return, you're harming yourself. If you uplift someone else, in return, you're uplifting yourself. If you empower someone else, in return, you're empowering yourself. So understanding that it's not just motivation, it's not just rah-rah, it's not just somebody telling you something so you can feel good about yourself. That's fact. That's universal law. And by understanding that, now you understand that what you say and do can and will be used against you, not just in the court of law, in universal law, because you got to be careful what you say, what you think, and all of those things. I said that to say this. A lot of artists talk about the killing, the shoot 'em up, bang bang, doing all of those things, and not to say I've never done it, because I had some of my first songs were detrimental to my spirit energetically, whether I knew it or not. But some people talk about it and they really didn't come from that, because they're talking about it because they know other people are doing it. Some people really do come from that and they can't escape it. They kind of get attached to their way, and it ends up being detrimental. A life ends up being lost prematurely. By prematurely, I just mean earlier than what it should have been. If you ain't lived to 100, I think you died prematurely. So that being said, that happens a lot of times in the rap culture if you adopt that environment. So yes, for the person who adopts that environment versus affecting and being the thermostat instead of the thermometer, and the difference is basically the thermostat controls the temperature. The thermometer is controlled by whatever the temperature has been set at. So if that's the case, then you got to understand how to control the temperature and not just be controlled by the temperature. So if rapping is the temperature and the temperature is killing and negativity and all of the stuff that's being put out there energetically from sex music and all the stuff that's lowering your vibrations, if that's the temperature, you got to figure out how to be the thermometer and learn how to change, or the thermostat, and learn how to change the temperature so you can operate on your frequency, on your level. Otherwise, rap can be the most dangerous job in the world, because you've adopted the temperature that they gave you versus you setting your own temperature. I want you to think about that. So in addition to me talking about what you speak about, you bring about, and you empowering somebody can also empower you, or you talking crazy to somebody can also cause a crazy result to come from you. You got to understand the power of music. You see, they use music as a weapon, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a weapon. It can also be a weapon of good, a positive weapon. And not all weapons are bad. Weapons in general aren't bad anyway. It's the person who's using the weapon. So if music is a weapon, you might as well use it to uplift yourself. And if you want to use it to uplift yourself, then use it to uplift someone else. And by default, you uplift yourself. That's what affirmation music is all about. And I know I need to be recording some more, but that's what affirmation music was all about. I was using it to uplift someone else, but I felt good releasing affirmation raps, saying certain things to uplift someone else. It naturally uplifted me by default. And if you haven't checked out any affirmation music, shameless plug, check out Cinco Smith affirmation music. You should be able to type it into like your Facebook stories, IG stories, just to get a glimpse, or search it, and you should be able to find it. And I'm gonna fine tune some of them and re-release some of them. But it's a good morning wake up motivation. But it just taps into the power of you using your words. But what you got to understand as it relates to rap is, and I know I just said a lot of that fast, but what you got to understand as it relates to rap is when you're rapping and putting that type of emotion in your music, you amplify the power of it. You amplify the power of it. And then the music that's being played behind it in the form of an instrumental amplifies the power of it on how it resonates with somebody else. And depending on who's doing your engineering, some people are tuning in frequencies that are negative, that are lowering your vibrations because the frequency isn't even tuned right. And that's something you can't even see. You don't even realize it's affecting you from a negative angle. However, it takes the same amount of energy to tweak it and put it on a frequency that's uplifting, and now you're empowering people, empowering yourself, and changing the whole culture. If you don't understand the power of rap and the culture and how it controls the world and everything and how it operates, then you're doing yourself a disservice. You might not want to even be in music in general. But rap can be the most dangerous job if you allow yourself to be affected by the temperature versus you controlling the temperature. And that, my friend, is being a wealthy rapper. Hopefully you got some value. Share this with somebody you feel may benefit. Tag, like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Got plenty more in store. Just want you to benefit and understand the power that you possess. Because if you don't understand the power you possess, somebody else understands the power you possess. And guess what? They take advantage of it and they use you as a tool of mass destruction versus you controlling the temperature and giving your words and the image that you portray instruction so it can empower and uplift not only others, but yourself as well. That's all I got. Cinco Smith, CincoSmith.com, WealthyRapper.com. Get your free case study, all of the above. Tune in, hit that like button, hit that bell notification. I got some good stuff for you. Salute. Signing out.